Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Big Mitch Show. I'm your host Big Mitch and join me in taking a look on what's coming up on today's programme. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Big Mitch Show. Thank you all for joining me this evening in today's first premiere show, and as you would have seen by the titles, we've got some fantastic subjects coming up, including catching up with the gaffer from Calm 84 FC. So I'm currently in Spike Island, and if you have a look at this scenery, it's absolutely beautiful. It's a wicked place. Somebody told me about it the other day, so I decided to head down here and do some walking. So was going to do some footage on the 360 cam to try and get some special effects. Unfortunately, for some reason that camera's not working, so we're resorting to the backup camera. So as you would have seen, I said about talking about the effects of lockdown, and when I say that, it's personal effects for me. So the effects for lockdown are difficult for me for many reasons. One of them is putting a potential restriction between myself and the children, because, you know, if I do come down and see the children, I make sure that I'm self-isolating for 14 days, and, you know, given the work and stuff, I have to make sure that I'm not putting anybody at risk. So that, alright mate, so that'd be the first instance. And then, you know, just not being able to see or speak to the family, that'd be another instance. You know, not being able to see them, speak to them. Yeah, okay, I can see them and speak to them on Pro Clubs, but, you know, it's not the same. Like, when this is aired, it'll be yesterday, but it's actually my mum's birthday, and not being able to be there to actually celebrate it with her is a big deal for me, you know. So things like that do get to me, and it, you know, it is affecting my mental health. But what I will say is, one thing that I have learned is to continue doing the walking and the fitness routines, and it does take a lot of energy, and it channels all that emotion, so I'm not feeling as worked up of an evening, you know. And there was points last year, before I started doing all the walking and stuff, where I literally couldn't sleep. I was struggling to sleep, to the point I was having to go to see the doctor to see if there's any sort of methods that they could help me with. So you know, there is that. So sleeping is now better through me doing this, and also the fact of actually being able to have the support and reach with people. You know, so many people have jumped on board on this show with me to support me and what I'm doing, and it's absolutely fantastic. So I've opened up, you know, more networks. So on top of opening more networks, we've also got the fact of socialising with friends, you know, where I live. And that's difficult as well, because when I moved up here, I didn't know nobody. And now, you know, I've always kept my circle tight. So I've only got, you know, a selective amount of friends and work colleagues that I would socialise with, and being not able to go and see them, or, you know, even going out for a meal. There was one chap I used to go out for a meal with every other week, with his family and stuff. And even down to that, like, you know, okay, cool, we text via WhatsApp and stuff, but it's just not the same. It's just not the same thing. So yeah, so the effects of lockdown, it will affect a lot of people, and if anybody is finding it difficult, you know, you're more than welcome to message the page, put a comment on the YouTube channel, and I can inbox you privately, and we can speak via email if you like. And also, if anybody wants to become involved in anything, you know, I'm not a PT, I'm not a fitness trainer, but I'm going to be doing Like, you know, I'm a big lad, so I'm going to be doing some Zoom. I'm going to be doing some Zoom HIIT classes and some classes basically that we can find on YouTube that we can put on Zoom and we can do together for the support. One more thing just on the subject of that is also, if anybody even just wants to go for a walk but is finding it difficult, then again, please reach out to me and we can have a chat and we can arrange doing a WhatsApp walk together, FaceTime walk together, even audio talk together, you know, via phone call. You know, there's many different options. So with that in mind, that's my views on the subject of how lockdown's affecting people. And now it's over to the interview that I caught up with the gaffer with earlier. Hello Martin, thanks for joining me today.
You're very welcome. How's it going?
Not too bad. How's things your end?
Not bad, out and about. Busy, running around, so thanks for having me on your brand new show. Looking forward to...
Thank you for joining me. Can I just start off and ask you to introduce yourself for me, please?
Yeah, my name's Martin Webb. I'm the gaffer, the founder of Can't Make You 4FC, Mitch Release stepdad, so I can get to tell him off every now and then. We're a charitable fundraising football team. We raise money, create awareness, and provide online mental health training, suicide awareness. We do quite a lot with other clubs in our community and other organisations. We also run some charity events, so which we're running one right now, which Mitchell has completed and still completing, I believe. So yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no, that's right. I am still doing some stuff. So as you know, this show has been based on, you know, my personal life and my transition of me wanting to lose weight. And obviously knowing your fitness in the past and you wanting to diet, I just wanted to bring you on and ask you a few things from your point of view. So firstly, with being put into a second lockdown, how do you complete your exercise?
Well, I mean, we're pretty much going to do the same as we did on the first one. The first one, I had quite bad mental health actually through the first one, just threw me off completely. And obviously with the gyms closing, that used to be my little release. First of all, football was, when I retired from football, the gym became my little release. And when football finished, it was really tough being able to, you know, do anything competitive. So I started hitting the gym, really enjoyed the gym. So as lockdown came in, it was really, really horrible, you know, not being able to get out there. And the gym is as much about social as it is physical, you know, get to see the lads and that in the gym. So when that was over, it was really, really horrible. So we started doing HIIT workouts in the garden every morning. We've done a 21-day challenge for me, my daughter, your sister, Tilly. We've done 21-day challenge, doing HIIT workouts every morning, 20 minutes, and I was joined all the time by different people, friends, family would always join me and sort of help me through it.
Yeah, I started doing a few HIITs myself, and yesterday I accidentally picked a more intense one, and believe me, oh mate, I was burning. Because my first one, when I started doing them, I was doing 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. And then this one I done yesterday, it raised me to 40 seconds on and 20 seconds off. And it was absolutely crazy. I was dripping. So that's obviously great to know. So with you doing your charity walk, run and jog, alongside that, are you dieting now, or have you had any previous dieting attempts?
Yeah, I mean, 2005, I was 25 and I lost about, I think it was 9 stone in the end, over about 9 or 10 months, which was a massive transformation for me. And to be honest, it did mess with my head a little bit, because I didn't find it such a struggle to lose that weight. You know, there wasn't massive effort in it, to be honest. I changed, you know, I just changed sort of my lifestyle, and it wasn't really difficult. But what that did was tell my mind that, all right, if you ever go back, you could just do that again. And ever since, I've not been able to sustain the mindset for it, because I lose a bit of weight, get the confidence off of that, and then it throws me off, because then I just think, well, one cheat day, 2 cheat days, a week turns into a month, and then suddenly I've put the weight back on, and I struggle to get back on it again. I've been on a right roundabout. So actually, yeah, I'm starting. You know, I always start again. I always say you never fail till you stop trying.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Basically, because yesterday I was asked if I wanted to have a takeout with a friend of mine, and it was really stressing me out, because I was like, yeah, but no, I don't. So obviously I've been doing really well. You know, I'm on, I think it's day 8 now on the diet, and I've had chocolate around me and everything, and I haven't touched it. You know, my willpower's been really strong. But I did end up having a takeout, but I only had what I could have within the diet. You know, I didn't touch any of the carby stuff. So, you know, I had the treat, but I didn't fall off. So that's to me, that was an achievement.
Good.
But
It's really good, mate.
you know, so obviously, as I mentioned before, this is about my transformation and stuff, and it was the calm walk that influenced me to start walking every day, you know, to complete the challenge, and then for me to then move on and start doing HIIT sessions and so on and so forth. And I'm going to continue to do that. But as me and you both know, as big lads, that some of the viewers that may be watching may be finding it difficult. So is there anything that you could suggest to help them along their way?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the main thing is for me is that, you know, you've got to make a plan, and you've got to stick to it. But one that's sustainable. I mean, the ideal situation is you change your lifestyle, blah blah blah. But initially, it does feel like a diet. It's always gonna. And I think going too extreme too fast is a lot to take on the body and on the mind. I think so. If you just you know, make a plan that's you know, for me, you know, eat healthy, cut some rubbish out. I think that's a great start to do everything. Cut some stuff out, cut the chocolates out, you know, cut the sweets out, slow down on the carbs. Just really start by monitoring what you're eating already, and just taking out the negative parts, you know. So instead of just going, bosh, a complete new way of eating loads of stuff you never really do, I would just monitor your diet and see what you're eating, and start trying to pull back some foods that you know you really shouldn't be. As I say, the sugars and the sweets and stuff, get rid of them. If you're eating full sugar drinks, get rid of them. You know, slow down on the potatoes, the rice, the bread. And then the only other tip I would say is be careful what time you're eating. Time restricted eating is so important to us and the body. Some call it intermittent fasting, but you know, it's just time restricted eating, giving the body enough time to digest the food that you already have. A lot of people use like an 8-hour eating window, some use 10, but I would definitely say at least 4 hours before you go to bed, have your last meal, your last food, just to help your digestion. So yeah, just monitor your current diet before changing everything, and time restricted eating at least, you know, as I say, 4 hours before you go to bed. I'd say do your last meal.
I remember you saying to myself before, it might have been a few days before I come back home, and it was make small baby step goals to make them more achievable, and that's something that I have followed, and it's helped me quite a lot.
Yeah, like small steps is, you know, we want to win, don't we? Like, ultimately, you want to win, but you can't. Sometimes, you know, making that big step straight away is really, really difficult, and it can be. Sometimes you can put massive effort in and take one step towards your goal, and look how far you've still got to go, and it can put you off. because it's all in your mindset. So I think you've got to continuously, every day, make new goals, little achievements that you can have. I mean, when my mental health was really, really at its worst, I used to say to myself, I'm going to get up in the morning and make my bed. And as mad as that sounds, I read it somewhere, and it was a general or something like that in the army, and he was doing a talk. And he said, you know what, every day you've got to get the wins, and you've got to get used to getting the wins in. And my first win of the day was the minute I got up, and that was to make my bed. So I'd get up and I'd make my bed, and suddenly I've achieved something. I've ticked something off the list.
I done it the other day. I got up at 5:30 and went for a 4-mile walk. I was back by 7 o'clock, and I was just set up for the whole day. I was just buzzing because it was such a great achievement. But well, thank you very much for joining me today. And I'll let you go.
You're welcome.
And if anybody does want to join the Calm 84 walking challenge for the rest of January, just lastly, where should they go?
You can come to the Calm 84 pages on Instagram, Facebook, Calm 84 FC. You can go to YouTube, Calm 84 TV. All the sign-up details are on there. You can even search us on Just Giving, Calm 84 FC, and you can search us on the on Strava, which is where you come to after you sign up, and that's Calm 84 FC charity events. So yeah, all the sign-up details are on our socials. If not, give Mitch a little inbox as he works with us at Calm. He's our media guy. So give him a little inbox and he'll point you in the right direction, send you all the links you need. Just a quick one, I just want to say well done on your new show. Absolutely buzzing for you. And you know, the whole of the team and the family are behind you. And you know, we wish you all the best for it.
Now it's time for question time. People have been sending me questions and asking me to answer them, so I decided that for the last segment of the show, what I wanted to do was answer a couple of those questions. So one of the first questions that was asked to me was, how comes I've decided now is the time for me to go on this journey and lose weight? So the answer to that would be, the reason why is because I've always struggled with my weight, but I never found it an issue. And over the whole lockdown last year, I felt really sluggish. Not that I wasn't feeling sluggish before, but even more so, and I was getting pains all around my body. And then I was asked if I would do the walk and stuff, so I started doing that, and then that gave me inspiration to then continue to do it every day, which then gave me the inspiration to want to then start eating healthy, to start doing the added exercise, and also vlogging it. So I had a copy basically of my journey, and anybody who wanted to support me had a copy of the journey. So that's pretty much the reason why I've started doing it now, because I had the inspiration there because I was challenged to do something, and then that challenged me then to carry on, you know. So question number 2 is, we've all seen that you have done a lot of walking, but what else are you actually doing to push yourself or help yourself along your journey? So for me to be able to continue my journey and do weight loss, as I would have answered in the previous question, dieting. I'm having to do a diet which I'm very strict on, and I have found it difficult. You know, I'm doing, personally for myself, I'm doing a no carb diet, so not being able to have potatoes and stuff is extremely difficult. So dieting is number 1, then a form of exercise. And the last question for today is, how much do you weigh, and are you weighing yourself? So I haven't told anyone what I weigh. I have weighed myself. One other person does know this, but I won't be weighing again now until the 31st of Jan, and I've taken a before picture, and I'm going to be taking an after picture, so they will be going up with my weight. I will be getting into a habit of weighing myself every week or every 2 weeks, but just throughout the month of January, because I've been set a challenge to do with my weight loss and the Calm charity, I will be I won't be weighing myself, but I promise you on the 31st of January I will post the photos and my weight. And there we are, guys. Unfortunately, we have reached the end of another episode of the Big Mitch Show, but I'd like to thank you all for supporting me and watching this episode, and I just want to show you some of the scenery as the credits roll out. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you all next week. Goodbye.